So users will be able to delete their data?
No.
Why not?
Because it's mine. You gave it to me, no backsies. And if you don't like it, you can zuck it. Ha!
Are you one of the 87 million? Well, today's the day you find out if your data was compromised by Facebook. How is that going to look? What will actually happen? Well, we brought in an expert, one of Canada's foremost experts when it comes to information and data and privacy, Dr. Ann Cavoukian. Okay, I have to ask you, do you have a Facebook account?
No. Full stop.
So how do you communicate with your friends?
I have a lot of friends, like real live world friends.
Yeah, instead of actually having this virtual, the data that goes back and forth. Okay, so as I said, today's the big day. We're 87 million users, could be more if possible.
That's right.
How is Facebook even going to communicate with you? Just you're going to get an email and the data that was compromised in the first place?
I'm guessing they're going to email, hopefully, all of the people who've been affected by this.
But I do recognize that Facebook has mishandled our users' private data. And tonight, I'd like to apologize to all 87 million of you, one by one. I'm sorry, Ethan Cooperbird of Van Nuys, California, for disclosing that you frequently visit your ex-girlfriend's photo album titled Cancun 2010, especially one photo for an average of 2.3 minutes.
And what they should also be doing is offering remedies. In addition to their sincere apologies, which I sincerely hope they give, you have to add concrete, here's what you need to do to protect your data. Go here, restrict the number of users, make sure they've got to provide assurances to their members.
All right, let me ask you why there is so much outrage about this. I mean, I don't know, you know, you kind of joke about it to a degree. It's like, well, what did you think was going to happen when you shared where you were living, where you're sleeping, what you're eating, where you're traveling to? Like, what did the public honestly think was going to happen?
See, the thing is, Adrian, the public was not told when they joined Facebook that we're going to be sharing all your information with the world and with unauthorized third parties. No, they led people to believe that they could contain their personal information and only have it used with the friends they wanted to share it with. So that's the big issue here. It is appalling that people who thought they could just share their information with 3 people or 20 people, that it's in fact being shared with the entire world. No, that's completely unethical, and that's not what people expect.
As of today, their chief operating officer, Sheryl Sandberg, has now said, Anne, that you as a user will now have to pay out of your own pocket if you want to protect your privacy.
Could you come up with a tool that said, I do not want Facebook to use my personal profile data to target me for advertising? Would you have an opt-out button? Please don't use my profile data for advertising.
We have different forms of opt-out. We don't have an opt-out at the highest level. That would be a paid product.
See, I can't imagine this flying over, this going over very well.
Adrian, when I heard that, I was so appalled by it. And let me make something clear. If at the beginning, when you first sign into Facebook, if at that point they said to you, you can either use the service for free, allowing us to send you targeted ads, or you can pay this monthly fee and get no ads. If they said that up front, I respect it. They should be allowed to do that. Then it will be your choice. They never said anything like that. They said, be my guest. We love having you here. We really want to serve you. They didn't mention anything about paying for it. So now Sheryl Sandberg is really going to say you have to pay for your privacy? Are you kidding me? Unbelievable. She should be so reprimanded for that. It is appalling, and you're going to see an about-face, I'm sure.
A lot of people have been seeing this trend all over social media, hashtag delete Facebook. Can you actually really delete all of that data that's already floating out there?
Theoretically, you should be able to. I say theoretically, because there's so much information floating around, and now is already in the hands of third parties who aren't controlled by Facebook or anyone. So take that gingerly, but if you want to delete your Facebook account, you go to them and you say, I want to delete my account everywhere. Tell me exactly how to do it. And right now, believe me, the FTC will be all over them to make them tell people how they can delete it if that's their choice.
Facebook creator and founder Mark Zuckerberg is going to be going before Congress on Wednesday. Big testimony. One of the big questions that is on everybody's mind now, it's not just Facebook, it's the big 4, you know, Google, Amazon, Facebook, Twitter. Is it time that these industries need to be regulated?
Absolutely. And a number of them are already regulated, but there isn't sufficient oversight. So even Facebook, for example, they had this, it's called a consent decree with the Federal Trade Commission in the United States. It was considered to be a huge decision, restricting what Facebook could do and expecting them to honor their promises to their users that their information would be protected if they chose to. Well, the consent decree was in 2011. Nobody went to check to see, are you actually doing this, Facebook? No, they haven't been doing it at all.
all right.
And the same thing in Canada. Our federal privacy commissioner in 2009 had an agreement with them that they would not share their users' information without their consent.
So then how do we, as the individual, the person who owns our information, owns our privacy, how do we then check up on those who are checking up on us?
That's a very good question. Unfortunately, and I say unfortunately, but I think this is going to change because this is such a wake-up call to everyone. What you can do if you're a Facebook user is go back in and reassert the conditions you place on Facebook in terms of I only want to share it with 3 people or 50 people or whatever, and go through all of the measures to protect your privacy. Now you say, that's onerous, I don't want to do that. Just take a few minutes to do it. It's not that big a deal, but you have to lay down the law because right now, Facebook is going to be expected to honor these promises that have been made to users, so they will be revisiting this. And I'm guessing that in the future, there will be much stronger oversight.
One final thing that you could say to anybody out there watching us right now that is going to be finding out if they were hacked in this Facebook situation, or their information was used inappropriately or sold off or whatever the case may be, what are you telling them?
So first of all, if your information was in this Facebook, the ones they revealed today, I would file a complaint with our Federal Privacy Commissioner of Canada. First and foremost, he's investigating, and he should know that you're in this and you want your data protected. But the other thing I want you to remember is privacy is all about control. It's about personal control on the part of the data subject, the individual, to protect his or her data in terms of the way it's used. You should be in control of your data and share it with whoever you choose to or not. I always say privacy is not a religion. It's, you want to share your information widely, be my guest, as long as you make that decision and not someone else on your behalf, like a Facebook. No, the decision lies with you. Privacy is fundamental to our freedom. You cannot have free and open societies without a foundation of privacy. We need to remember that.
Sage words from Dr. Ann Cavoukian. Again, I say this with no irony. Log on to Facebook and Twitter and let us know what you think.